Well, welcome to Late Night Love. I am Don Amici, and you know the drill.
Love.
The next 2 hours, we're going to be talking about love and relationships here on Fox Soul. My co-host tonight, Tammi Mack, is back.
I see in your future.
Yes, what do you see?
As I look into the black crystal ball for the black man,
Is it, yeah?
I see.
Yes.
Oh, it's a woman. Oh.
A lot of hair on that crystal ball.
Woman. A beautiful woman that.
Yes.
Never mind.
Okay. What? Wait, you telling my fortune? You saw a beautiful. Did she die?
No, she didn't die, but parts of her did.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, you can be a part of the show by scanning the Zoom QR code there on the screen and take advantage of Tammy's expertise. Maybe she can tell your fortune, or half of it, as she told half of mine.
I will.
And you can get her expertise and her amazing
I have my
takes.
beads today, and I will be able to share with you what you can see in your love life.
Appreciate this Met Gala outfit that you got here. Is this Louis Vuitton and Gucci that you're wearing here?
Well, you know,
and I love the nails, by the way. Oh wow, amazing nails.
Thank you.
Wow, that is you did a thing there.
Inspired by Cynthia Erivo.
Wow.
Yes.
You put some money into that. You know, back in the day, you should just get a little initial on the nail. That's back in the day.
Right.
Now you did some
work, some hardcore work.
Wow. Okay, they put their foot in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So listen, you can use that Zoom code to chat with us directly or talk with us on the air. You can click the Zoom link on our Fox Soul YouTube page, or you can post comments in the chat function on there. And chat with us all throughout the show. The show's airing from 9 until 11 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, so here we go.
Listen, joining us live now from Atlanta is a friend of the show and sometimes co-host, sexologist Tyomi Morgan. Now, Tyomi has a new venture that she's promoting, play parties. Hopefully, I will be able to come to that. Or is it just women only?
Play party. I see.
All genders.
In your future, a play party, Don.
Well, first of all, what is that all about? And then also, you're also doing an erotic rodeo.
Yes, so basically...
Come on, ride that thing.
It's good seeing you again, Tyomi, by the way.
It's good seeing you as well, Don. So to keep it short, play parties are basically an event that people who are in the lifestyle, aka the swinging lifestyle, people who like to swap partners or who like to engage consensually with other consenting adults.
My type of thing.
Exactly. And so at a play party, why it differs from just a swingers event is there's a number of different types of play that can go on, from just people having conversation and sitting naked with each other, or cuddling, or some kinky activities, kink and BDSM, to full on sex and erotic play with others. And a lot of times there's food, there's music, sometimes there's games and activities, and also performances from professionals in the business. So with the erotic rodeo, this is actually an annual thing that we do, not the rodeo itself, but the event is called Black Eden. And I partner with a group here in Atlanta called Hush ATL. And I have been hosting this Black Eden event for the last 2 years. So this is our 3rd year. And this year, instead of doing just a simple Garden of Eden theme, we're turning it up a notch. Since Cowboy Carter is trending, we decided to have an erotic rodeo. So this is our end of the summer hoedown.
Tyomi, how did you get involved into the play parties and exotic rodeos?
Well, so I have been in the lifestyle space since 2016. And prior to that, I was just kind of a bystander and a voyeur. But I decided to start throwing my own events in 2018 when I wasn't really seeing what I wanted to see in the space. And people know me for creating safe spaces where people are allowed to express themselves however they want. So there's never any pressure. There's never any requirement to do anything, but just show up, be in the space, and be respectful. And of course, have those conversations, those vetting conversations with people who you might want to engage with.
I myself am a voyeur. So how do you go from voyeur to participant? How does that transition take place? Is it scary, or is it you've watched for so long that you're like, it's time for me to get in the game, coach?
Well, you know what? It could be as simple as like seeing someone and saying, "Hey, can you rub my feet for me?" Or can you spank me? It could be a simple request. So if you go from watching somebody get it on, it just starts with conversation first, because you do want to negotiate with whomever you want to engage with, and make sure that you talk about your STI status. You talk about the things that you're both into. You talk about your boundaries. So you don't go just simply from watching to just straight into activity. You want to make sure that anything that you're going to engage in is consensual on both sides, and that you are prioritizing your safety. And people think that you go into these events and people are just jumping on you. It's not like that at all. And you're going to have a variety of people in the space as far as their level of experience. So you're going to have, a lot of times we have people who are beginners. This is their first event. They've never been to an event like this. So you're going to have a lot of people watching. But then you have those pros who have come to practically all of our events, and they come with their duffel bags, they come with their backpacks, and they have their toys, they have their prophylactics, they have their other party favors and whatever they want to enjoy themselves. And they go straight to their space with their people, and they start getting it on right away.
Are there different rooms?
Yes. So we have like a main space where our DJ is and our dance floor is, and then we have our bar, and then we have a room where there are stations set up for people to engage and play with kink and BDSM. We also have a nude lounge. So for those who are nudists or naturalists who want to exist without clothing on, we have a private space just for those people. And then we have a back area that's just set up with different beds and places for people to sit and play on, of course. And so for those who are exhibitionists, which most people who come to play parties have an exhibitionism kink because they like to be watched. So people who want to be watched will go into that back area and play. Those who are voyeurs will kind of just like float around and see what everyone's doing. But that nude lounge is private. It's a VIP upgrade. So you have to buy an upgraded ticket in order to go into that space. But I'm really excited because we're like sticking to this hold down theme so deeply. We're going to have a bull riding contest. We're going to have line dancing, best dressed, like all of like the rodeo type activities you would expect to be at a rodeo. We're going to do that, but make it erotic. So it's going to be a great time.
Do I have to bring like a partner with me, or can I show up by myself?
Yeah. So typically, I would say this in the lifestyle when it comes to single men will typically pay more, because single men will come into the space with this level of entitlement that brings down the energy of the space, and it can sometimes create unsafe spaces. Now, can you as a single man come solo? You absolutely can, but we limit how many tickets are available to single men.
Oh, wow.
So it's always better for a single man to like bring a girlfriend along, or just a lady friend. This doesn't have to be someone that you're dating or engaged with in any kind of way.
So like Don and I could go together.
Yes, exactly. So you and Don could go together, and it would be a cheaper ticket because typically single men are going to pay the most. And then he won't look like the creepy single dude just trying to come in there.
The creepy single guy.
But unfortunately, that's the rap that single men get sometimes when they come into these spaces, because they come in hot and horny and expecting things to just pop off right away.
Right.
And I will say this too, there's different levels to play parties. There are some that are high protocol, meaning there's a vetting process. You can't even get access to tickets unless you get vetted by the organizer and you answer a series of questions. And then there are some that are just kind of open. So our erotic rodeo is open. Now, I've been telling the guys, I said, listen, at some point, you guys, we need to start vetting people. because we can't just have any old body in here. But the good thing is that we do have security. We make sure that we also have guardians. So these are people who are volunteers. They are not playing. They are mingling and moving around the space, making sure that people are maintaining consent throughout the event, and also making sure that people have what they need. So if there's an area that's a little disheveled, they'll make sure that area is cleaned up. If someone needs like extra condoms or lubricant, or if somebody felt like, they were violated, they can anonymously report to those guardians, and then we will handle the situation accordingly. So we do make sure we do a good job of creating a space that is safe. And I will say, even though I've worked with Hush ATL for the last like 2.5 years, and their protocols aren't as high as when I throw my own events, we have not had any incidents that have caused harm to anyone coming into our spaces. And most of the people who have attended, they leave saying, wow, I've never seen anything like this. There's so many beautiful Black people in this space. When is the next one? That's always
About
the
how
question.
many people attend?
Okay. This annual event, on average, we've had at least like 150 people.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets tight in there. I am used to hosting for my own personal events. I'm used to hosting smaller, more intimate crowds, like no more than 50 people, because I like room to move around. And I also, it's easier to control a crowd when it's less than 100 people.
Right.
But some of these events, like these big swinger events, there can be thousands of people in multiple hotels. Like, it can get really crazy. Like Naughty New Orleans is an event that happens every summer, and swingers descend on New Orleans and they take over the city. It's nuts.
So how does one person, like, how do you find out that this exists? I mean, other than watching Late Night Love.
So it's like you gotta be in the community, but there is a website called FetLife, FetLife. FetLife is where kink and BDSM folks and swinger folks congregate, and a lot of these events are posted on that site.
Is that specifically a site for Black people or anyone?
It's for everybody. Yeah,
Okay.
It's for anyone. And a lot of groups have their own like private Facebook pages. And honestly, what I want to see for Black people specifically, and one of my homegirls was working on this, and I don't know if she's following up with it, but I want to see a database of all of the events that cater to Black people when it comes to play and swinging, because that's one of the common questions I get is like, where can we find this, but for everybody Black? So we definitely need like a centralized place just for us. Because I will tell you, like, before coming into this lifestyle, I had a level of fear because I didn't want to be the only chocolate chip in the room. I didn't want to be fetishized by a bunch of white folks and feeling uncomfortable. And so I was happy to be brought into the lifestyle by people who look like me. And that's really how it is. It's like you find somebody who's in the lifestyle, and then they invite you to an event, and now you're in. And once you're in, it's like your whole world is opened up and you will never go back. Like, you will never be the same.
I did want to know. I thank you for bringing that up, Tyomi.
You were digging this, huh?
Because I did want to know, when you say your life will never be the same, I wanted to know, how does your life change and how do you feel once you've entered into that world?
Honestly, I'm going to speak from the I space, right? And then I can also speak to what other people have told me.
Okay.
Personally, being in spaces where I see people who look like me, and also a variety of ages, body shapes, and heights, and different abilities as well. Because I've been in play spaces where the space is also created for people with different levels of disability to engage as well. And then also queer spaces, because we are also queer inclusive. And seeing all of these different people from walks of life where we all share the same complexion, or we at least share the Black experience, being free and being open with their sexuality and being unafraid to share in that with other people that look like them, it's such a liberating experience. And it's like, wow, I can't believe that something like this exists. And the one thing that I hear the average person who's come for the first time say is, wow, I've been looking for this. I've been looking for a community like this for the longest time. And now I've found it. And everyone's so friendly. Everyone's so kind. You know, everyone's so cool. I didn't think it would be like that, but now I'm ready for the next one.
Real quick before we got to go, who is this not for?
Good question.
This is not for people who are going to be judgmental. It's not for prudes. It's not for people who are afraid of walking on the wild side. It's definitely not for those types of folks. So if you're going to be the person with their arms crossed,
jealous people
carrying a cross, jealous. If you are a person and you're coming with your person and you know that you don't have the developed EQ, emotional intelligence, to handle seeing them engaging with somebody else, it's not for you. Mm-mm.
What if I don't want to see you with anybody else?
You shouldn't go.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't want to see me with anybody else, you probably should not go. I'm gonna definitely be with somebody else.
All right. So where can we find out more information about where this event is taking place, buying tickets, like the whole nine?
Yeah, so if you want to buy tickets, because the only way you will know where the event is at if you are a ticket holder.
Okay.
You can go to blackeden.net and enter your email address, and then it'll take you to the event page where you can read all about it, and you can read about the different ticket tiers and go ahead and secure your tickets now, because I'm telling you, it's going to sell out. The way Atlanta works is people wait till the last minute to try to get their tickets, and everything is sold out. So if you want to join us for the erotic rodeo in September to end the summer, blackeden.net.
All right, blackeden.net. All right, Tyomi, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to go, and I'm going to see about going to this event. I'm a little scared.
Don't be scared. Listen, I will hold your hand. Just come. Make sure you put on your cowboy boots and your cowboy hat.
Okay.
You know, come in full theme, Dom. Okay.
All right,
but he doesn't have to have anything else on, right?
He don't. No.
All right. I'm gonna get my confidence up. All right, Tyomi Morgan, all the way from Atlanta. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, friend of the show. Wow, I don't know. All right, we gotta go to break, or all right, more late night love when we come forward.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband.
We have to redefine what being a strong man is.
And heal, love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the world famous Tammi back here.
And I see in my crystal crystal ball.
Yes, what do you see?
A great show ahead, a great guest ahead on Late Night Love.
Well, listen, you can join our show via Zoom by scanning the QR code below on your screen or hitting the Zoom link on our Late Night Love YouTube page and be a part of the conversation. Joining us via Zoom now is author Oludara Adio, author of Self-Care for Black Women, which will be featured on the Listening Lounge here on Fox Soul after Late Night Love is off the air. The book offers exercises and practices to cope with the issues Black women have in everyday life. So, Oludara, you're addressing what we all know, being Black in America is stressful. Is that right?
Ooh, child.
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Yes. Yes.
How are you doing? And I hope I'm not butchering your name too bad. Oludara Adio, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There we go. So being Black in America, it is very stressful. You don't know this. I mean, some people don't know this until you leave the country, and then you're like, ooh. But then again, some places you go outside the country, it's kind of stressful too. So, that's an issue. So let's talk about this. Why did you write this book?
Yeah, so I am very passionate about helping people improve their wellness, but especially Black women. This work is close to my heart. I lost my mother about in 2013, and I sometimes think that her demise or her passing was due to some of the stressors she was dealing with. And I'm also a licensed clinical social worker. So in my work, I work with Black women, I work with Black people, people of color, and I've come to know that stress is one of the number one killers in this country, especially for Black people and especially for Black women. So I'm very passionate about this work, and I really think it's important when trying to manage your stress that you have tips. Like in my book is very straightforward, 150 tips that you can do anytime, anywhere, and that's pretty much why this was created.
Yeah, between micro and macro aggressions at school and work and everywhere in between, it's tough to prioritize physical and mental wellness as a Black woman, especially with a constant news cycle highlighting Black trauma. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to escape everywhere, and it's almost ingrained in our society. You can't really turn anywhere to kind of relax and just kind of meditate. Because even when you go home, there's like, you go to the mailbox, there's bills piling up there.
Okay.
You turn on the TV, there's like, okay, there's the news cycle, there's trauma there. And then you go to watch some TV shows, it's Black trauma there. You go to talk to your friends, there's trauma there.
And then you go to work, and Lord,
there's trauma there.
Trauma, okay.
And then you talk about the micro and macro aggressions of going to work. And if this is a theme, I remember like we on the radio show years ago, we had a woman who left America to go to Costa Rica to start a wellness retreat for women of color because she says she got tired of all the micro and macro aggressions of just living in America, which I didn't really understand how hard it was for women out here just existing. Like, why is it so hard just to exist in America and just be at peace?
That is a great question. Why is this so hard? Society makes it hard, if we're being honest, especially to be a Black woman in this country. The world, society tells us that, Black women, we are less than, or we're less desired. And society also asks Black women to give a lot of themselves to every part of their life, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, school, community, whatever. Black women are asked for a lot, to give a lot of themselves. Yeah. And on top of that, we deal with the microaggressions at work of that, jab at our identity and can make us feel like we are not worthy. And what happens is that, like, when you're growing up in this world and everyone about you, like everyone around you is telling you basically that, like, oh, the way you look is not good. You begin to internalize those messages. And when you internalize those messages, you begin to believe these things about yourself. And it makes it harder to go through this world and to kind of honor yourself and take care of yourself.
I was watching social media the other day, and this woman was at a hotel, which was a very, very expensive hotel. She was chilling in the pool, and she was a Black woman. And the white woman walks up to her and says, "Did you sleep here last night?" As in, did you sleep here at the pool outside last night?
Wait, what?
And the black woman was like, no, ma'am, I did not sleep here. I slept right up there in the penthouse last night. And she was like, where's the penthouse? She said, it's you can see the penthouse up at the top, and you can see the whole property from the penthouse that I slept in last night. I did not sleep here last night at the pool.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Well, let me ask both of you. What would your life look like without these microaggressions and stress? I mean, have you ever imagine what that would be like to exist and just be without having to worry about the 24-hour news cycle, the macro and microaggressions of stress, and just existing in life? I mean, would your life be would you be different people?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as fly. Black people be fly.
I mean, the pressure does force you to evolve and be a certain type of individual. I get that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I think about it too. I think about it sometimes, life would be easier. Sometimes I think about my life prior to being in social work. I was in journalism. And sometimes I think about, had I been a white woman, my experience working at Cosmo Magazine might have been a little bit different, and I might have still been there. My career might look different. And sometimes I do think about that. I do think, oh, wow, it would have been easier. That would have been lovely. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that is not the story.
Yeah, I feel the same way because in radio, if you are a black woman, it's rare that you get the opportunity to work at stations that are mainstream stations because of perhaps your dialect, your voice, or being out in public and the public seeing you as a black woman.
Or you just don't look the
there
part.
are a few that have gotten in, but very few. And even at stations where they play black music. And you don't get into those stations to be radio personalities because they're not looking for you. And it's a sad thing that you're relegated to working in black spaces when it comes to entertainment. Even now, like the shows that are black shows are shows that are created by black people that are online or either on BET, right?
Right, they're relegated to black spaces instead of just relegated to mainstream spaces. How does stress affect relationships out there?
Stress really impacts relationship.
That's why black women ain't got no man right now. We out here looking, searching.
I don't know. That's why y'all ain't got no man. Get out of here.
We can't find nobody. Everybody.
I know about it. But you also don't want to be stressed in your relationship.
That part. Okay. That's another reason why we ain't got nobody. We ain't trying to be stressed in the relationship. Yes.
Not trying to be stressed. Stress can impact our health. So if it impacts your health and let's say you're ill, that can impact your relationship with your partner. If you don't know how to handle your stress, you can take it out on a partner. You can take it out on someone who is not necessarily the point of your stress, but because you may not know how to handle the stressors of day-to-day life, you then project it onto the people in your life. And that can really make relationships really hard. It can be really hard for people to be in relationship with you if you are so stressed that you are impossible to be around, communicate with. And it can also impact just the way you feel about yourself. So if you don't feel good about yourself, then you're not going to be showing up as your best self in your relationships.
That's why my first marriage didn't work. She was stressed.
Yeah, but who stressed her out?
All them kids.
Hey, listen, she
had like 4 kids.
Well, she was like that. Hey, listen, she was like that when I got there.
Yeah, well, you asked why was she stressed? I'm telling you why.
So let's talk about some of the key points in the book that you created some exercises. What are some key exercises that you created for women to kind of help de-stress themselves?
Yeah. So my exercises are split into 3 sections. It's mind, body, and soul. Focus on these 3 areas of the personhood, just simply because I think these are great 3 spaces that are really good at integrating into like you're a whole person, and into your wellness routine. So when you look at yourself, you're kind of like, okay, I want to focus on my mental health, my physical health, and my spiritual health. And I think it's important to prioritize these three areas of your life. And so in there, you'll find something as simple as like get your hair braided, go spend time at the salon, to learn your family's history, go spend time with some girlfriends, find a Black therapist, advocate for your health at the doctor. So it ranges in and tips.
Okay. So it's almost like there's an old Einstein quote, creativity is a residue of time wasted. So spend time getting to know yourself, I guess you can say,
Yes.
and get lost into your blackness.
Yes.
And it's almost like meditating on your blackness.
Mm-hmm.
And not, and kind of disconnect from the world a little bit.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
and disconnect from the stress. Okay.
Right. Forget what's going on outside and what has disconnected you from yourself. I say that like stress and other things you go through really disconnect you from yourself and cause you to like betray yourself. And so when we betray ourselves, like we just lose sight of who we are. We begin to hate ourselves. We may hate our blackness. We may hate everything about us. And so self-care activities really connect us back to ourselves.
What can you just define real quick? Betray yourself, and the book is called Self-Care for Black Women. It's going to be on the listening lounge right after Late Night Love is off the air tonight at 11 p.m. And I do encourage everybody to check it out. But just before we let you go, what does that mean when you say betray yourself?
Ooh, I say when you betray yourself, you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to what you want to do. You're not taking care of yourself. Maybe you're in the wrong relationships. Maybe you're not speaking up for yourself and telling your partner your true desires. I think it's really just not listening to yourself, being disconnected.
Well, there you go. Author Oludara Odio. I'm not trying to butcher that, but
Oludara Odio.
There you go. Oludara Odio.
Adio.
Author of Self-Care for Black Women. The book is going to be on the listening lounge. And if they want to buy the book, where can they go?
They can buy the book anywhere. It's available at all major retailers in audio, digital, physical copy, and if you can, buy Black.
Well, thank you for creating this refuge for Black women.
Yes, thank you. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Wow, look at that. We need more of that. All right, moving on. Celebrity Shannon Sharpe has been sued by his 20-year-old lover for assault, and that story has opened up a can of worms in the news and social media. Here's a take from Yanni's World about young women today that older men probably don't realize.
Dog, the more they keep coming out about this Shannon Sharpe goddamn situation, it's...
I knew this day was gonna come where the 19 to 20-something year range of women were going to run these men who are in their old age for everything that they got. There is a shift that happened, and men are so stupid and blinded by lust that they think a 19, 20-something-year-old girl can't outsmart him when she grew up with technology, when she grew up with social media, when she had access to people putting her up on game online. These girls that are 18, 19, 20, they're not all naive. And I can tell you now, an OnlyFans model is surely not naive, especially when it comes to men. She sees you as an open wallet. Her game is to finesse you out of money. But men are so blinded by lust, they can't even see that she's just feeding into whatever fantasy you need to believe in so she can get the bag. And y'all keep falling for that because they're young. And you think the 18, 19, 20-something-year-old girls that you grew up with are the same 18, 19, 20-year-old girls that you want to now date.
There's a lot going on here.
It's a lot, definitely.
Number one, 304 is to say 3 or 4 is undefeated, I don't think you can really say that, because I don't think you want to be a 3 or 4 all the way till you die. That's number one. And let's talk about what she's saying with these young OnlyFans models. It's predatory behavior, even when it comes to Shannon Sharpe at the end of the day. Look at what happened to Jennifer Lewis and the
young brother in the gym?
Yeah, that she loaned a lot of money to.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Lewis was looking for love. Right? Shannon Sharpe was looking for whatever he was looking for.
Exactly. He was looking for whatever he was looking for, and he found it.
And Jennifer Lewis was looking for whatever she was looking for, and
she didn't find love.
What I'm saying is that she was looking for whatever she was looking for.
You said she was looking for love.
She was looking for love, and she found it with what's his face.
She didn't find love.
Well, he didn't find. Listen. He was looking for a relationship.
You can't compare those two. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Oh, really?
You cannot compare those two.
It's the same situation.
No, it's not the same situation, because there are men who willfully give money to women in exchange for sex.
And Jennifer Lewis willfully gave money to a man.
No, she gave
that she was in love with.
She was in love, which is different. They had a relationship. They were.
So did this.
No. They had a sexual relationship. You cannot compare a sexual relationship to an intimate relationship where you are committed to somebody. That is crazy.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
You cannot compare the two. When you have decided that the relationship is whenever I come in town, I'm a hit. That's a different relationship than, hey baby, I love you, you love me, we're going to make this work and commit to one another. That's two different things.
You're making the relationship seem transactional. I think they were together.
They were not together.
They were in a relationship.
No, they were not.
They were in a relationship.
They were not.
No, they were in a relationship.
I don't know where you got that information from.
Shannon Sharpe and that girl were seeing each other for 2 years.
I don't know where you got that information from. They were not in a committed relationship. They were in a relationship. Look, I don't know neither one of them people. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to stay out of their business, and I'm going to stay out of Miss Lewis's business too. Okay. And what I'm simply going to say is, I understand you want us to be power to the black man and
protect black men.
And protect black men at all costs. But the black man, you got to protect yourself at all costs. You know, I mean, when you are trapped by the thirst trap, how is that the thirsties problem?
Listen,
I don't understand that. I just don't
tomato,
understand
I say tomato. I say it's the same thing. I say
how
it's the same thing.
How is it the same thing when you willfully give money in exchange for something that you want?
Right.
Willfully.
Like Jennifer Lewis did.
I'm not even saying Shannon Sharpe gave money. I don't think that was that case. So I don't want to make it seem like Shannon Sharpe was giving her money or anything like that. But what she's saying, what this young lady is saying though, is that you can't really trick the young girls of today, because they are not the young girls of yesterday. But I got a trick for all y'all. This been going on. This ain't new. Women been tricking men for I don't know how long. Now, where you think it ain't tricking if you got it come from? That didn't come from nothing in the 2000s. T.I. didn't make that up.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Women have been tricking men. If you watch Harlem Nights, it's Sunshine. She made the man leave his wife.
Oh, she did.
This and Harlem Nights was based in like the 1920s. So because you are new to the world doesn't mean the world is new. And that's what you have to understand. This has been going on with or without social media, with or without the internet. Women have been tricking men day and night. This is different because she set him up.
I just don't like you calling Shannon Sharpe stupid because he's lusting after a woman. I don't like that.
I didn't call him stupid.
No, she did.
Oh, I was like,
no, I'm not talking about you. I felt like, just because he's being preyed upon.
Well, I think it's different too because, men. Look, the reason why older men pick younger women is because they're more naive, they're easier to manipulate, and they have less experience.
Obviously
so you can guide them in the direction in which you want to guide them. And it was clear from that phone call that he was trying to guide her and manipulate her in different directions, right? Mm-hmm. But she was playing her part too in that whole situation. So, I mean, everybody was playing the part. They got a song called Everybody Plays a Fool.
Yeah.
Everybody plays a fool, and there is nothing new under the sun. This has been happening for I don't know how long. It's an unfortunate situation, but it ain't new. That's all I gotta say is it ain't new.
Well,
I don't care how much internet you got. It ain't new. They was doing this before the internet.
All right. Well, listen, more
My
late night
granddad.
love.
Okay, go ahead.
More late night love when we come forward.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
All right, welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the world-famous crystal ball expert, Tammi Mack.
I see in the crystal black ball today.
What do you see?
I see that we are about to embark on some social media videos that will strike a chord in someone's heart.
Do you see that you can join the show by Zoom, by scanning the QR code on the screen?
I do see that.
And you can hit the Zoom link on the Late Night Love YouTube page and be a part of the conversation. Love Deal on the YouTube chat says times are unconventional. Stress surrounds our people daily. Many women, men and women, aggressions are overwhelming. From men having a beard in a C-suite position looked at as offensive, and women wearing natural hair. C-suite, like the CEO position.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand that.
For men having a beard in a C-suite position?
Men having a beard in a CEO position?
Yeah, for men having a beard in a C-suite position.
When you said beard, I thought you meant like men having a beard like a woman covering up that he's gay beard.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Oh, is that it?
For men having a beard in a C-suite position looked at as offensive, and women wearing natural hair.
No, they mean beard like what you have now. No, it's beard like you have now.
From men having a beard.
Yes, from men having a beard to women wearing natural hair. See how that goes together?
Well, then what's the C in a C-suite position?
Well, you said CEO.
It says in a C-suite position. I don't know. We'll figure it out later on. You know?
Okay, let's go. But I get it.
All right. The dating coach business is big, and coaches who particularly serve black women seem to be everywhere. Poster Tashai Lane is fed up.
If you claim to care about black women and you claim to use your platform to give black women some type of genuine service or good advice, please listen to us when we say that we're tired. We are absolutely exhausted from all the content telling us about how we should look, telling us about the way we should perceive ourselves, telling us about where we fall on a scale. The goalpost is constantly moving of how we need to present to be lovable, and we're tired. And this is what I mean when I say there is a lack of integrity when it comes to dating coaches and dating content. Because at this point, it seems that a lot of dating coaches have unlocked the formula to going viral on TikTok. And it doesn't include posting advice that's actually realistic and helpful to Black women and takes into account the conditions that Black women live in on a daily basis. Another reason why I have completely tuned out from dating advice, dating coaches, any notion that's telling me that I have to change who I am fundamentally to be deserving of a partner, you gotta go. I also think that if you make content that is targeting Black and brown women and you are not a Black woman and you are not a brown woman, you're not a woman at all, you have a huge blind spot when it comes to the advice that you give. I don't care. At some point, we have to unpack the emotional trauma that a lot of these podcasts have done on Black women over the last few years, especially during the height of the pandemic. It's literally become normalized to abuse us and unalive us because we are not a certain number on a scale. So again, if you claim to make content to help Black women find love, it needs to be centered around self-love and centering self first. And that's just, I'm not reneging on that.
So
She had a lot to say.
Well, there's a lot that's going on right now. What's happening is people are making content that resonates with a lot of people, and so they're like, "Oh, this is for me." But what they're not showing, like the entry level to making content is, does it resonate? Not, do you have any knowledge in the space? Right. Do you have any degrees? Do you have any background or education?
Well, you know, you taught me this, but what these social media posts and what these relationship kind of experts present to people is trauma bonding.
That's it.
They find how you are traumatized in relationships and they feed on it.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh my God, yeah, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. And then they're kind of they end up being like your cheerleader. And confirming kind of what you're going through or have gone through, versus giving you solution, versus giving you direction, versus giving you something sincere that you can build off of and become better and learn.
I would like to see success stories of people they've helped tell the story and use that as the calling card to like, hey, go talk to this person because this person helped me. The other thing I see is a lot of gay men in the space trying to help Black women, which I find of hard to believe.
Well, the gay man is a Black woman's best friend.
It is, but I'm like, what does a gay man know about straight men, or what a straight man's going to do for a Black woman, or how can a gay man tell a Black woman how to find a man? I don't understand that.
But gay men find men all the time.
Gay men?
Yeah. Well, the man is a man, right?
A man is not a man.
A man is a man is a man. Gay men are men.
Okay. All right.
I'm backing up. Boop, boop, I'm backing up off of that.
I mean,
a man is not a man.
Is a tomato a tomato?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think a tomato is something different than a tomato.
The same thing to me.
It may look the same, but it ain't.
It's the same thing to me.
And look, you just told me Jennifer Lewis. You just told me Jennifer Lewis's situation is not the same as Shannon Sharp.
I'm not getting why you got to bring up the past.
Okay.
We talk about what we talking about right now.
So who is a good dating coach then?
Honestly, I don't think nobody's a good
I'm going to say Spicy Marty because you know what? She's been doing it for a very long time and has been working, been successful at it. And she does have a program. I think, you know what? I think the dating coaches that focus the attention on you working on yourself, I think that is a sign of a good dating coach. Because
the only reason I don't like that is because now you make me feel like I'm the problem.
Well, you are the problem.
See, I don't
The problem
feel
starts with you, number one. You got to look inside of you to fix the problem. You can't be damaged goods going out and dating.
Yeah, but what if you have fixed my problem and you fixed me, and now I love myself internally, and now I feel like I'm a woman who hear me roar.
Right.
You know, and then I still don't find nobody. Now I feel like doo-doo. Like, what's up?
No, but you're not going to feel like doo-doo. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I'm not going to settle for what's out here. And I'm going to be happy because I'm not going to settle for the garbage that's out in the streets.
Okay.
Because I'm healed.
Okay.
Or I'm still working on myself.
Healed.
Yeah.
Healed. I see in my black crystal ball.
What do you see?
Someone that is healed.
Yeah, I mean, who else? Would T.D. Jakes be a good person who would be a relationship coach?
Well, I think
I mean, I know he
Pastors-
did the spiritual route,
Well,
right?
I feel like pastors are good. You know what? I have my best friend, one of my best friends. She and her husband are relationship coaches,
Okay.
and they are absolutely amazing. They save marriages, and they help people within themselves to find love. They are absolutely an amazing couple. But most people don't want to do what they suggest because they make you do the hard work. And they come from a biblical standpoint. And people be like, I ain't trying to do all that Bible stuff. And they're like, okay, well,
Keep doing what you're doing.
yeah, keep doing what you're doing, baby.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you gotta do what it is.
Yeah, I like people who have been together for a long time, happily. Like, I want to know what they do. How do they get through it?
Like, listen, child, you gonna have
Because all you people that, you know what
All
I'm
right.
trying to say.
More late night love when we come forward.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the world famous Tammy Mack. You can join the conversation live by zooming into the show. The QR code is right there on the corner. And speaking about joining the conversation, let's go to our Zoom. Isabella, live on the Zoom. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hi, Isabella. Love that name.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. What's your question?
Okay. I've like watched your guys' show before, and I think that you guys would be able to like provide me with some advice about this. So I have this on and off relationship with my boyfriend, and during this most recent time, he got involved. I feel ridiculous talking about this, but he got involved with like some like scary stuff. Particularly, I feel ridiculous, but
It's okay, Isabella. It's okay.
particularly like.
It's okay.
Okay. But like
Isabella?
Take your time. Take your time. No, don't feel nervous. Go ahead, take your time.
yeah, I'm just nervous because it's live and everything.
That's
but
okay. Just take your time. Listen, we're just friends, just talking. Just take your time. Go ahead.
he started getting involved with like magic.
Okay.
He started getting deeply involved with it sounds like really like absurd, but he started getting really involved with magic, and it's been freaking me out. And I feel like during the last conversation you guys were talking a lot about like manipulation with men and women, and I feel like I'm being like
Manipulated?
That's stupid, but like yeah, I feel like I'm being manipulated in a way like with the magic.
Well, I mean, do you? Has he manipulated you?
I think so. I think so because we've been on and off again for like a year. And he sends me a lot of videos of the different like things that he's learned over the past like 6 months or so. And it's just it's scary to me, but I love him and I don't know what to do about it because I don't know if the love is like real anymore.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together on and off for about a year.
Yeah, I would really reach out to. Have you thought about going to go see a therapist and talking to a therapist about this, you on your own? Because I mean, I really think about seeing a therapist.
I've talked to my therapist and I've talked to my pastor.
Uh-huh.
I've talked to both. My pastor says I should probably like have nothing to do with him. But my therapist thinks it's nonsense, but like I do believe that like it's like our relationship since he's gotten into this has like changed.
So tell me this, Isabella, why do you love him?
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Does he make you feel unsafe?
In some ways, yeah, it's like when I'm with him, I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm just drawn in and I don't know what to do about it. I feel like I'm like drawn in by outside like sources.
Are you suggesting that the magic is pulling you into this relationship?
Yes, I know it. I feel like I sound ridiculous, but yeah, I like a few months ago we like broke up and afterwards he was he was hooking up with other girls and then one of the girls like introduced him into this like world of it sounds so ridiculous, but like introduced him into this world of magic and I feel like I'm like I do believe in like demons and I do believe in like God and like Jesus and like.
So what's interesting to me is that you don't know why you love him anymore. You believe that you're being drawn in by this magic because of the magic specifically. You have a pastor, which means you go to church and you believe in God, as you just said, and you believe in demons. It sounds like that this is a relationship that it doesn't really. How does it connect? How are you connecting to this relationship when so many things that you've just said are disconnecting you from who you are?
It's starting to sound unhealthy for you, just mentally unhealthy at the end of the day. Like nothing I heard here, because I didn't hear you say you love him, or it doesn't hear you say anything that makes you happy.
I mean, I do love him, like we we go out to dinner, like we go out to Olive Garden a lot.
Listen, that's Tammy's favorite restaurant.
You can find anybody to take you to. I'll take you to Olive Garden.
That's Tammy's favorite. Listen, that's Tammy's favorite restaurant. She loves Olive Garden.
It's so beautiful. I don't know. We go out to dinner and he brings me flowers and like we do watch movies together. We just went and saw like the newest Marvel movie. He's sweet, but it's so often that like I feel like I'm next to him and it's like this strange disconnect.
Have you talked to him about this magic and said, "Hey, I would like you to kind of step away from it because it makes me feel uncomfortable"?
Yeah, I have. I've talked to him and he just kind of like disregards me and like dismisses me and he doesn't go to church with me anymore. He used to, but now he doesn't. And
well, and that's what I'm saying. It sounds like that you are disconnected from what used to be. And sometimes you grow. Sometimes you grow apart, but you still remain friends. You still remain a part of his life. But sometimes things serve you better outside of a relationship because of who you are and what you connect to. And it sounds like you're holding on to something that you're no longer connected to. And can you imagine the things that would happen to you if you let go of the old and welcomed yourself into a new world?
Are you afraid of losing him?
I think I'm
Of course she
afraid
is.
of losing him and I'm afraid I feel like such a responsibility to like bring him back into like a state of God.
Yeah,
And
that's not your bag, sweetie. That is not your bag.
You know how many women I've tried to bring back into a state of God?
He's not lying, though. I had to think about that for a minute, and I'm like, oh, he's right.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not your job to do that. Your job is your number one responsibility is to yourself and your well-being and your happiness.
But let me ask you, Isabella, what do you want to do? What is your heart saying?
I don't know. I guess that I'm just like, I'm stuck in this position where I pictured myself getting married and having kids because I've always wanted that. I've always wanted like.
Do you want kids who are involved in black magic and don't go to church? And
how old are you?
No. I'm 23.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I have. I mean, that is going to always be available to you. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Kids and marriage will always be available to you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be with the person you're with today or the person you're with 5 years from today or the person you're with 10 years from today. God has your person available. But I really want to know what you want to do, because it doesn't matter what Don and I say. What do you want to do? What are you feeling? What is your gut saying to you right now?
I think my gut is telling me that I can't be in this relationship anymore, but like as a Christian, I want to like show him like how to walk the path, you know?
Yeah, the only way that you can show anybody how to walk the path is to walk the path.
Ooh, that's a good one right there.
That's good.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. You walk the path, and
That's it.
maybe do a little meditation by yourself.
You can't push him down the path, Isabella. You can't do that. You can't pull him down the path. You have to walk the path, and he has to see how great and wonderful of a person you are, so that he can say, "Wow, man, she's walking the path. She's looking good. She's feeling good. I want what she has. I want that." And then that's when he comes back to you. What's my number one motto in relationships?
Well,
they always come back.
They always come back.
They always come back. But if you don't give them a chance to, then you're just gonna be miserable.
Yeah. I mean, I just hear a lot of worry and stress in your voice when it comes to
She is stressed out. She's completely stressed out.
And that right there is a sign that this is kind of an unhealthy relationship. But
I mean, I'm not suggesting that you leave. I'm suggesting that you do what your gut says to do, because a lot of times when we don't do what our gut says to do, we end up being miserable longer than necessary.
I guess I'm just like worried, like if we break up, that bad things will happen to me.
No.
She's saying because of the magic. I'm scared if I tell you to break up with him, bad things gonna happen to me. I get it.
Right.
Well,
but I would never tell you to break up with him. No, that's not my thing.
Go spend time inside your church, meditate, and go spend time with God and pray. I mean, that's
what bad do you think's gonna happen, Isabella?
I don't know. I'm fearful. Like if he was able to.
So tell me what's happening with this magic, because you haven't really dived into that. So what's happening with the magic? What kind of things is he doing? Have you had bad things happen to you yet?
We spent about like 2 months apart, and during those 2 months, like my car got broken into a bunch. First it got broken into, and then a tree fell on it, and then I like got fired from my job, and it was just like a whole series of like bad events.
Yeah, that sounds like you just live in California. Yeah, that just sounds like you just live in California, sweetheart. Wait, where in California you live?
I live in like the Bay Area.
Oh yeah, that really sounds like you just live in California, especially if you're up north.
I think what's important for you to know, Isabella, that you have a long life ahead of you, but it's going to be a very short life, if that makes sense. And so you're 23 now. 10 years is going to pass by so fast. What you don't want to do you're in your 20s. This is the time where you're supposed to be having fun. You're supposed to be laughing, joking, experimenting in the world with different careers and different ideas that you might want to embark on. This is not the time for you to be miserable and sad and whining and pining after a man. Like, these are days you will never get back. You want to be happy in them. You want to be able, like, you don't have kids that you're tied to. You don't have a husband that you're tied to.
Yeah.
You're free. This is the only time in life when you are going to be able to choose whatever you want to do on your own. Because you're not tied to anything or anybody. So don't force yourself to be tied to someone when you can be living a free and happy life.
23, yeah, that's beautiful. All right, Isabella, hang in there, and you know what?
Call us back and let us know how it goes, all right?
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Poor thing out there in Oakland or, or Northern
Man.
California. Tree fell on a car and
Lost a job.
lost a job. But that's just normal business in California. All right, moving on. One of our favorite podcasts is Express Yourself, Black Man. And in this clip, a strategy that shows he cares.
Always tell men, right? You have to study your partner. You have to, there's nothing that's not being a simp. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing too much. If you're studying the person that you want to be with or that you're with, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Like, if I go on your Instagram story, what I do with my girl all the time is when she says she wants something, even if it's something that she's like, damn, that look kind of cool. You know what? I got a note in my phone.
Listen.
As soon as she says it, I said, oh, word? All right, cool.
It better be a note file with her name on it. Like,
nah, listen, I
notes.
literally have a note in my phone. It says her name and gifts.
Yeah.
Naima, gifts, right? Anytime she says anything, I go straight into that note and I take a note of what it is that she wants, right? That way, when it comes time for Christmas, her birthday, New Year's, anniversary, whatever the case may be, a random date, I know I got a list of like 15 to 20 things that she said in the last year that she wants. I never have to hit her friend up. I don't got to hit this person up. I don't got to do that. Yo, can you ask her?
Hit the friend up.
Yeah, yo, can you ask her what she said she's interested in? I'm not doing that. I used to do that when I was a teenager. I'm good.
Well, I don't think they should be poo-pooing the hitting the friend up.
Well, you like to hit the friend up for the...
Well, I'm saying what by any means necessary. So if you got to figure it out however you figure it out. I love what this brother is saying. I would love for him to be my man.
Well, these questions should be asked in the beginning of the relationship, and you should be jotting this down either in your address book or somewhere in a notepad.
Well, you can't ask a woman what she like on the first date and expect her to give you a laundry list of stuff.
I'm not saying in the first date. When you're courting a woman in the beginning of a relationship, you should be figuring this intel out. And you should, I wish there should be an app that you should be able to put all this stuff into, or there's a note.
Maybe you can create that.
There's a feature in the address book on iPhone that you can create notes. You can write notes into the address book.
I write notes all the time.
Yeah, so in your address book, there's a section where you can write notes.
Well, that sounds like what he does.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the relationship is what I'm saying. You should be figuring all this information out as far as bra size, underwear size, favorite color, ring size, favorite type of food, birthday.
Those things, well, that's a little more constructed.
You need to be doing reconnaissance on the woman that you are dating or man that you are dating. I'm just saying that you need to figure this out.
You just gonna write a whole book on your woman on day one.
I'm not saying day one. I'm just talking about in the beginning of the relationship.
But people change. What he's saying is, if she's looking at Instagram,
yes,
and she's like, "Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna jot that down." Well, in the beginning of the relationship, she didn't see that on Instagram.
All right, and I'm adding it to the list of stuff I already got on you.
But people change.
I'm putting it in your file.
People change. I used to like pickles. I don't like pickles no more. Well, I could use a pickle right now with a now later in it. But you don't know that because we never had a pickle conversation. You know what I mean? So let life happen. Just let life happen. Notice things about her and let life happen.
And it's going in your file when I notice it.
But I have seen social media posts where men know exactly what their woman orders at every restaurant that they go to. I think that is so fly that men know their woman like that. You know, they know if they go to the Olive Garden, they're like, yep, she's going to have the lasagna frita with a salad and give us some extra marinara sauce. I remember we used to go out to restaurants. Jackson used to say, can I get a lemonade with a lot of ice?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got to go to break. All right, more Late Night Love when we come forward.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick during the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with the fortune teller here, Tammi Mack. The great Zoltan Tammi Mack.
Yes, I see in my crystal black ball that we are about to embark on some video. Oh, I think I saw that last segment.
All right. You can join the show. Just hit the Zoom QR code in the corner of the screen or go to your favorite YouTube channel and chat and click the link, the Zoom link. Let's see here. From the podcast, Real Vibes.
Real Vibes.
From the podcast, Real Vibes. Signs that he's really not that into.
Oh, love it.
You knew deep in your heart, this was not it. He is not the guy. For whatever the reason is, he's just not the guy for you.
When a man actually wants you, when he comes in your life, things get easier, not harder. When a man wants you, you ain't gotta ask where the you stand because it's obvious. That man don't want you like that. If he only deals with you out of convenience, if this man is making you an option, when you know you've made this man a priority, he don't want you like that. But instead of you admitting that, what are you doing? Doubling down because you don't want to accept rejection. You don't want to accept that a man you like don't like your ass back. Sometimes these don't want you.
The woman who still decides to be with the man who deep inside she feels is not that guy is because she doesn't have the confidence to believe better exists.
That kind of goes to Isabella. She kind of doesn't believe that better exists. And so she's staying with what she knows.
This is the only guy who loves me or who I feel like I can get.
She's been with him for 5 years. She's 23 years old. So she's been with him since she was a teenager.
Did she say 5 years? I thought she was a couple years. Maybe I didn't hear the 5 years. That is, but you know what? There's a level of trauma. I don't feel like I'm good enough to get anybody else. That's probably why she can't let him go. Mm-hmm. And so here I am holding on.
I don't think it's a subconscious thing or a conscious thing of I don't think I'm good enough. It's more like I don't think there's anything else out there. which is different, then I don't think I'm good enough.
There's nothing.
It's like, Lord, if I let him go, who else gonna be there?
There's 7 billion people.
I know,
out
but
in
when
the
you're
world.
23, you don't know that.
Oh, I can't.
You don't know that when you're 23. You think this is it. This is who else am I gonna find? And so I like that he said, a lot of women think that this is all I got, but
it must be extremely hard to grow up in this age with technology. It must be warping reality for a lot of these young kids that are growing up, and young women, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, women are always talking about how hard it is and how difficult it is to find a man. But let me remind you, like, I always have to go back to the past to remind you that nothing's changed. Betty Wright used to have a song that said, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. That's because back then, they was like, you'd rather get you a man than not have a man. Get any man.
But you never had this issue, though. You always had a man. Did you not? You always had a man.
Did I always have a man?
At least in the stories you tell me, there didn't seem to be a time when you didn't have a man.
Look, sometimes I had a man, sometimes I didn't. Was it hard or difficult for me to find a man? No, but I don't know if that would be the case today.
Well, yeah, you're married, though.
But I'm saying if I were single, I wouldn't know. Like, that might be my case today. I probably wouldn't have a man today. The way they say the men, the good men are sparse. Trash.
I don't think so.
But I like who likes me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like who likes me. And so if somebody likes me and shows an interest in me, I am going to, like, I'm going to remove all of my superficial wants to see if he fits the things that I absolutely need. Because the one thing about a woman is we will give up some things to get a man. We'll date an ugly man in a heartbeat.
Why?
Y'all not gonna date nobody ugly.
Well, it all depends.
Y'all gotta think the woman look good. But what I'm saying, we will date an ugly man in a heartbeat if he treats us nice, if he, treats us like a princess, if we feel like he can provide for us, if we feel like he gonna protect us and he's there and, he's giving us everything that we need internally.
Does the ugly woman got, like, money?
I don't know. Is that what you're looking for?
Well,
money?
Just asking. I'm just trying to figure out, what the characteristics. What's going on?
I don't know.
She got a couple businesses?
Maybe.
All right. Poster Tasia Heron talks about how she's just worn out by being rejected.
One of the hardest things about dating and being single is that you're constantly going through a cycle of someone not choosing you. And for me, I think the constant cycle of rejection, essentially, right? Putting yourself out there, hoping that this guy chooses you or sees something in you where he's like, wow, she's the one. I want to pick her. I want to build a future with her. She's my forever person. When you keep going through those cycles of someone not choosing you, at least for me, it does take a toll on my confidence level. And it takes a toll on my eagerness to keep putting myself out there and keep dating. I don't know. And after a series of like rejections and being hurt in situationships, it's kind of exhausting. And you get to a point where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this or if I can keep doing this, like mentally, physically. After a while, it does take a toll on you. So I'm trying to remain hopeful. But I'm reaching a point where I'm losing hope at the same time.
This is something that every single person says. You say it all the time. You say it all the time. You say, I'm just going to give up. I'm not going to date anymore. I'm reaching the point where I'm tired. You do get tired. I agree with that.
But I
agree.
get tired.
I feel bad for my sis, but I do want her to look at it from a different perspective. Not a perspective of rejection, but a perspective of this didn't work. They weren't compatible.
I think also you have to start looking at the pool that you're dating and maybe different age range, maybe different race, maybe different location. Maybe the pool that you're choosing to go fish in when it comes to dating is a pool that maybe you need to go find another one because it may be you've exhausted the good catch out of it.
Yeah, I don't know about the pool and swimming in it. I don't know about that. But what I do know is that she's looking at it as rejection. But I'm sure that there have been plenty of men that she's had to walk away from because they weren't compatible. And I think she should look at the compatibility versus being rejected, because that's what she said the thing was that made her feel bad. It made her feel some kind of way, like she keeps getting rejected or not picked, which, sis, I mean,
That's the
she
big
sounds
thing
like she got a good head on her shoulders and she's a beautiful woman. It's not about her being picked. It's about her not being, it's about her and the man not being compatible. So I don't want her to put all the blame on herself.
That's the big thing now. That a lot of women, women get mad, like they call you a pick me now. And it's just, I think that's disgusting. I admit that. All right, more late night love when we come forward.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in, because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don and with Tammi Mack. Shouts out to Love Deal, who clarified her comment earlier, where she was talking about when black men work in the C-suite levels, like CEO or CFO, or and they have beards. Sometimes the beard is looked at as aggressive or offensive at work, which I didn't.
Yeah, I understood what
I
meant.
didn't understand that. How does a black man in his beard at work it's aggressive?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
I mean, it's aggressive to a certain type
of person.
Right. It's aggressive to a certain ethnicity.
Wow, I had no idea.
Because they already view us as gorillas.
So a beard.
Monkeys.
Wow, I didn't.
So
know
when
that.
you have a beard, you look a little closer to a gorilla, I would presume.
Oh wow.
I would presume that's the fear.
I had no idea.
It always makes me remember about that time that the helicopter man was looking down on a black man that was in a police confrontation.
Yeah.
And the way he described that black man was like he was, like he was this big gorilla, but he wasn't. He was a simple, frail kind of man. Wow. And so the perception is everything.
Let's go to the Zoom. Is it CJ? SJ, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Davenport, Iowa.
Davenport, Iowa. All right, man. What's going on, SJ?
Well, I'm in a bit of a problem right now. In the same vein as the other caller.
Yeah.
I think my girlfriend's manipulating me.
How is she manipulating you?
Well, I have a job that requires me to work very late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And so my sleep schedule is fairly split. And so I take a lot of naps.
Okay.
At home, and we live together. And there's this movie that I know that she plays when I'm asleep because it's always influencing my dreams.
What is it?
Crash.
Crash, the action flick.
Crash. It's kind of like a psychological movie with Tandy Newton.
It's
they have these.
No, it's the David Cronenberg movie.
Is this where all of these people are affiliated to one crash?
No, it's about people who are really into cars.
Oh, it's a different Crash. Oh,
Was it the 2004 film? Oh, the 1996 film.
Yeah.
So why do you think she's playing that movie?
Because I have very vivid dreams, and I just always dream that we're in that movie, and she is like, I don't know, playing tricks on me. It's never been like this before.
Interesting.
So she's just playing it in the background over and over and over.
Yeah, I like to fall asleep on the couch, watching movies, and so I think she just puts it in.
Yeah, have you talked to her about this?
Yeah, well, I brought it up. It's kind of recent. I brought it up about a week ago. And she denied it. She said no.
She what?
She said no. She said she denied it.
She denied it?
Yeah, but the strangest thing was that she said that she had never even seen the movie before.
That is strange.
Our first date was to the movie.
To go see Crash.
Yeah.
So let me ask this: outside of this Crash thing, how's the relationship?
It's been so lately. I think it all kind of started when I got this job that requires me to work pretty late at night.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I'm a security guard.
Okay, yeah, that requires late work. So do you feel like she's kind of jealous or is missing you during that time, and that's why she's become a little distant?
Yeah, probably. We don't see each other as much. Yeah.
Oh,
that's what's happening. She work in the daytime?
Yeah, she works in the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
What do you suggest for this? Like, what can they do to kind of reconnect with the opposite?
Well, it's kind of hard to reconnect if she's working in the daytime, he's working in the nighttime. But there definitely needs to be a conversation had between the two of you to find out what's going on, because only she knows what she needs. So you need to ask her what does she need, and tell her that you're feeling distant, and the relationship is feeling kind of distant. So what do we need to do to bring this thing back together? We need to have that conversation.
I mean,
hey, SJ, we got to run, but thanks for the call, man, and call us back next week and let us know how the relationship's going. Okay?
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. All right.
Thank you.
I don't think I ever remember the movie Crash from '96. That was a Cronenberg film.
I don't know which movie. I thought he was talking about the one with Tandy Newton.
No, that was a great movie. But the one from '96, I'm going to check it out. It was a Canadian film. So,
okay.
All right, let's move on. Here's some thoughts from poster "Dat Sky's the Limit" about being ready for love.
The reason why it's so important to do the self-reflection, take accountability, and do the work before you enter a relationship, because there's no way that you should be asking for certain things that you cannot even give yourself. You want love, but do you give yourself love? You want respect, but do you give yourself respect? You want grace, but do you give yourself grace? You want a safe space, but do you create that safe space within yourself, right? We can't keep sitting, put me in my soft girl era. No, baby, you have to want to be there yourself. You have to do that inner work. The way you show up for yourself is what you allow someone to show up for you. So, don't be asking for certain things that you cannot give yourself. Show them how you love you so they will know how to approach you.
Go ahead with your beautiful self.
So these women on social media are absolutely gorgeous.
Right?
They are gorgeous. What lighting are y'all using? Y'all are absolutely beautiful.
It's built to 357.
Man, her hair was just
beautiful mane. Mm-hmm.
Man,
I forgot what the clip was about.
look at me. What was the clip
I
about?
don't even remember what the clip was about. I got
so
caught up with the
focused-
hair
Me too.
and
I
the
was
cleavage.
so focused on the hair. I
yeah.
wasn't looking at the cleavage. I didn't know that she had cleavage.
I saw the cleavage.
But I was definitely caught up in the hair and the beautiful eyeglasses and the skin. The face card just did not decline, baby. It was just cashing out over and over and over again.
All right, well, maybe we'll come back to that one. We all heard about conspiracy theories about
I'm so
COVID.
mad. Both of us don't know what she was talking about.
We've all thought about, we all heard about conspiracy theories about COVID, but according to poster Enterprise God, COVID is behind the destruction of dating too. Let's check this one out.
Men are no longer obsessed with women. Men are growing out of that. Thank God. A lot of men are done with dating. They're not chasing women anymore, and they are on their mission to become successful. About time. You men need to realize everything I was saying in 2023 and 2024 has come true. All these women out here were just using you to go on what they call a date, but it's not a date. It is literally a way for her to eat for free. They don't want to be in love with anyone ever. The reason why these women don't want to be in love with anyone ever, because they have something that has replaced men, and that is her phone. The value that a woman puts on the attention that she gets from her phone is far more than actually settling down and being with one man. And she knows if she's in a relationship, she's not going to be able to spend time on her phone the way she does every single second of the day. Therefore, she does not want to be in a relationship. They're lying to you. They have always lied to you. I'm going to be honest with you. Ever since COVID, I think something was in that they took. Because before those days, they wanted to be in love. They wanted to be in relationships. Ever since they took that, they totally changed, yo. They totally changed. There's no way you could disagree with me. How many of you men have met a woman after COVID and you are in love with her still today?
Before you start, let me just say my piece. There must be 20-year-olds. Because don't no woman with a job who holding down a mortgage or paying her own rent, like, she don't need you to buy her no food, boo-boo. Like, the only woman who needs you to buy her food are college students and 20-year-olds. And when you're in your 30s, you could buy your own food as a woman.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put that out there. And then when he described him on the doing this, them 20-year-olds, boo, you got to come up. Them 20-year-olds that's texting and happy because you feeding them. Ain't no grown woman happy because you feeding her. Please.
The one thing you get from what I got from doing this whole show is just a lot of people projecting that what's going on in their own lives. I don't know what's going on in his life other than he's choosing the wrong women. Mm-hmm. I don't know what COVID has to do with any of that. I wish him nothing but the best in his success. Maybe he needs to be picking different women. I don't know
sounds like it's his experience and he's a little bitter, like he used to be the man.
Well, he did. Well, you could tell he used to be the man back in the day. He used to be the dude that was light skinned with the green eyes. He was
and that pretty hair.
Or he had the bald head back in the day.
He didn't have the bald head back in the day.
You think he had the what?
He had that curly hair. He had that curly wet hair. He had that DeBarge, that El DeBarge hair.
Back in there. Okay, but now he's a little chunky, a little bit. You know, the hair is gone. He still got the eyes.
The eyes ain't the first thing they see no more.
Right. You know,
he aged a little bit.
A little bit.
And so now them same women he was messing with back then that was 20, they not messing with him today at 20.
He went from a hunk to unk. So, you know, and a lot of times you don't know when you become unk.
You do not know. Men do not know when they become unk. Men do not know. Y'all do not know when y'all become unk. He went from hunk to unk. I can't.
And it's
I'm going to
really,
get a t-shirt.
It's really sad because you don't want to become unk.
You don't.
But, like, it's the young people, they throw you into that category.
Because they know a unk when they see a unk. And that's when they tell, hey, unk, can you take me to go get something to eat? And all while they eating they shrimp and lobster tower, they doing like this.
I don't want to be unk, OG, big fella. What else?
I don't mind being auntie.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's, listen, more late night love when we come forward.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Late night love, Don and Tammi with Tammi back.
Hi.
You can join the show on Zoom. Just click the QR code on our Late Night Love YouTube page, or scan the QR code right there on the screen. You can zoom into the show. Very interesting calls tonight.
Yeah.
We had a young man.
Everybody
who
feeling
in.
manipulated.
Well, yeah, a young man who was asleep and his girlfriend was playing the movie Crash in his sleep, which is
not the movie Crash that I think won or nominated for an
not
Oscar.
the movie Crash from 2004, the one from 1996.
One about some driving or something.
Yeah, he was feeling manipulated because she couldn't spend much time with him. And then we had another girl whose boyfriend was doing magic who felt that she was being manipulated. Very interesting.
Yeah, through magic. Wow.
Yeah.
She's being manipulated through magic, and he was being manipulated through movies. Magic.
It's just a different time. What a time to be alive, right? Mm-hmm. What a time to be alive. All right, poster I Am Coach Cole has this advice if you have a partner with kids.
Beautiful one, are you finding yourself in conflict with your man's kids? Let's talk. First of all, let's talk about the fact of why is there a conflict? There is no need to be in conflict with anyone's kids because they are two separate, very different relationships. I already hear you. They're his kids. What do? Boundaries. See, beautiful, what they may not understand is that you're the cream to his coffee. You're the baddest accessory to his baddest suit. You are the one who multiplies the seed he brings to you. They can't do none of that. And the truth of the matter, beautiful, is you're not the mama. You're not going to be the mama. All you can be is an added support to what he is trying to do as a father. And boundaries have to be a part of it. And here's the sad truth. You can't set those boundaries. He has to. So if he has difficulty putting boundaries around his children and helping them to understand the importance of who you are in his life, you're going to have to let him go. Because the hard truth is, beautiful, the war you don't ever want to be in is the war between a man and his kids. It's not one you're going to win. It's just going to be a long road of pain that you just don't deserve. I love you.
I love you too.
Everything she said.
Ditto.
Everything she said.
This is the hard realization
Sis
I've
was
come
on
to.
it. She's on it.
About dating women with kids now. And it's just as much as I love children, it just really kind of complicates a situation to where it's like, unless you have adult kids, I can't really kind of get into a relationship with you. It's just very complicated. You
Right.
know? And
yeah. I think everything she said was absolutely right. A lot of women try to be the mother. A lot of women try to coerce the man into making the children do one thing or another. And I'm sure, men try to do it with women who have kids as well. But she's specifically talking about women. And I think the best way to deal with your spouse or partner who has kids is to stay up out of it.
because it's not your responsibility to try to
Nothing is your
quarterback that
responsibility. I mean,
situation.
it may be a different situation if they're living with you all, but if they're not living with you all, that, like she said, the boundaries belong to the man. It belongs to the father of the children. The boundaries belong to the mother of the children. And if those boundaries are not beneficial to you, then you got to bounce.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a weird place. You got to let them handle it, you know.
You have to.
All right, let's move on to poster. Let's see, clip 10. We've had poster controversial Shannon on before, who usually paints a depressing picture about tonight's relationship, and tonight's no different about it.
Let's just keep it real. Most men not looking for a real relationship. They're looking for a maid with benefits. That's it. When you get to asking men what are they looking for in a woman, these dudes get to describing chores. What she does, but not who she is. I'm telling you, dudes cannot describe what they looking for in a woman without saying what she does. What he expects her to do. Cook, clean, take care of the children. What the heck are you doing? And one thing I'm getting tired of is men claiming that they are providers. Majority of people in America are broke. Let's just be honest. You ain't providing nothing. And then y'all expecting a woman to go 50-50 with you. Cook, clean, take care of the children, and then she's still expected to have intercourse like it's no tomorrow. Come on now. Like, come on now. That don't even make sense. What type of woman wants to set up? What type of woman wants to be set up with that, bro? Do that sound like a good deal for marriage, bro? No, it don't. But dudes will get on here and gaslight and use a whole bunch of stupid red pill talking points, and you're going to end up alone and bitter. Trying to gaslight women into relationships, getting with a lot of you men nowadays, right? Because of your mindset, ain't gonna lead her nowhere but to depression, stress, HE double hockey sticks. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of men don't want to keep it real on these here platforms. Because again, oftentimes when you ask a man, what is he looking for in a woman? He describes what she does or what he expects her to do rather than who she is as a person. That's it.
I wanted to disagree with him, but he's right.
No, I'm going to stick to my original theory with him. Some older man stole his girlfriend because he's angry.
He didn't sound angry to me. He didn't sound angry, but that is usually how a man defines. When I'm on social media, they're always talking about a woman who cooks, a woman who cleans, a woman who's going to take care of the kids. They're always talking about...
That's a one-sided argument. They act like the man's not doing anything to help out in that relationship. Like, I'm just going to expect you to do all of that and I'm not doing anything?
Well, when you say go 50-50 and then you add all that other stuff on there, the package does not sound promising.
Well, I'm going to help you cook. I'm going to help you clean. I'm going to help you take care of the kids. I'm going to
Yeah, but that's not how the package is proposed.
Well,
when men are on social media, they're always talking about what a woman is going to bring to the table. Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you take care of my kids? Can you have my kids? Can you go 50-50 with me? This is what men are talking about at the table.
Okay, well then what is the man supposed to be doing? Because I'm confused.
Well, that's what he was saying. He was like, I don't understand how y'all doing that, bro.
Well, no, what is the man doing? Sitting on the couch doing nothing?
Well, 50-50, I guess he gonna work the other 50% of the time. Because no one says what this is the part that I'm getting tired of when it comes to social media, is that everybody's asking for stuff. Everybody's asking, but nobody's saying what they are willing to give or give up for a relationship. And maybe that's why so many people are single. Because nobody's saying, this is what I'm willing to give. This is what I'm willing to give up. Join me, women.
Yeah, what are you willing to give up?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm willing to give up everything.
Oh.
I am. I'm willing to give up everything.
Good. You're a good woman.
Yeah.
Good woman. Look at that.
I can't think of anything I'm not really willing to give up. What are you willing to give up?
I'm willing to give up everything. You know, I was willing to give up my life. Remember I told my girlfriend years ago I would be willing to catch a grenade for you? Would you be willing to do the same?
Well, that's metaphoric, though. Let's not talk metaphors.
She said no, and that really hurt my feelings.
Well, good. She kept it honest. Now, so that means a woman can't tell you the truth. That's what that means.
I thought we were in a different place.
You were in the fantasy land, la la land.
What would I be willing to give up for a relationship?
Yeah,
whatever it takes. Finances, time, energy. I'd be willing to pray for you.
Yeah, and I think those are the conversations that we need to have. That's not specific enough, but those are the conversations we need to have. I mean, it's in general, but when you get specific, you talk about what do you mean when you say time? What do you mean when you say finances? You know, you get more specific. But these are the conversations we need to have, not what somebody ain't doing or what you trying to get from somebody. What about you? What do you have to give, and what are you willing to give up? Forget about kick the tables to the side.
I used to wake up and take kids to school.
You did. You did that.
I took kids to school. I picked them up from school. I fixed them breakfast.
I never wanted a man with kids. I married a man with 3. I sacrificed.
And these weren't even my kids I was doing all this for.
That part.
They weren't even my kids. You know, but I did it because I loved them.
We're both willing to give up something for a relationship then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's where people need to be, to talk about what they're willing to give and give up, not what somebody else is bringing to the table.
Well, yeah. All right. More Late Night Love when we come forward.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don and with the incomparable Tammi Mack.
Incomparable.
Yes. You can join the show. Just hit the Zoom QR code right there on the corner of the screen, or get over to our YouTube channel, click the Zoom link, or jump into the chat. What? Tammi, you've heard about the term trending on social media, the black wife effect?
Oh, I love the black wife effect.
Yes. Here's poster.
Oh, I love it.
My last warnings, bringing us up to speed.
Black men are upset. And it's a lot going on, so I'm going to just catch y'all up so y'all don't have to watch everything, okay? So it's this trend going around called black wife effect. It's non-black men showing how black women have turned their life around. And not in a ride or die kind of way. So they get on the internet and they bragging about black women. So the black men are shaking the table. I'm going to tell y'all why they're really mad. And white men are like, I don't care. I just want to be with her. They skin change, they life change, they money change just by being with this woman, okay? These men are building their wives' houses, buying them acres of land, putting trees in the front yard. I saw one video that was like, oh, you gonna make all your content about dating your black wife? And he was like, hell yeah, have you seen her? So the internet is like, y'all are fetishizing these white men who are using y'all like, you know, the old masses did with the slaves. The other internet is like, y'all just mad that we getting treated well and we don't have to hold nobody down no more. The other internet is like, it's a problem when white women do that with black men, but y'all get to do it. The other internet is like, no one cares when black men date white women. Y'all just don't gotta shit on us and use that as an excuse on why white women are better. The other internet is like black women are for grown men, not boys. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all dating white men or no? Love y'all. Bye.
I like to see the glow up with the white men when they get a black wife. And on top of that, if they're happy with this newfound power that they found with dating a black woman, and the black woman's happy too because she got a project to work on.
Not a project. Look,
black women love to fix something.
We fix everybody.
Go ahead.
They don't have to be white. We fix them all. Black, white, Hispanic. We in the fixing game. Have you seen Tuki play that game when Wendy Raquel Robinson was fixing Bobby Brown?
Yeah, come on now. And the white man finally feels like he belongs to something. He's finally part of the cookout and the whole. He's cool now.
He can do the cha-cha slide.
Yeah, because they don't pick the black woman doesn't pick the coolest white guy. She always picks.
She makes him cool.
She makes him cool. She picks the ugly duckling of the white ducks, and she's like, "Come here, little ugly duckling." You know what I'm saying?
Let me get you a line up. Let me put some of that chalk line across your forehead.
They call you Jeffrey. Your name is Zach now, and I'm gonna make you cool. ZJ is what they gonna call you. So come on.
I love it. I love. So I don't really care one way or another. Whoever you glow up, if he yours, glow him up, baby.
Now the issue I really have here is why can't the black woman be as happy with the white guy, with the black man as she is with the white guy?
Who says she isn't?
Well, no, because there seems to be a thing there. Like there's a level of happiness that she is with the white guy that she may not be with the black guy because she went and found the white guy.
Well, one thing, white guys go to therapy, and so they try to fix themselves. And, white guys don't have stress when it comes to finances, typically, right? White guys have more resources. And, white guys, they pamper. They pamper their women. So maybe those are some things or some reasons. Why?
I don't know. I don't know if the white guys that the black women are finding are in therapy or they got more money. I think they're a little bit more go with the flow.
Okay, well, there it is. Well, it's the same thing with white women then, because black men who date white women say that those white women go with the flow, and that's why they're dating them. So maybe it's the same thing with white men. Maybe they just go with the flow.
Yeah, maybe they're not as confrontational on both sides.
Yeah, or maybe they lack as much trauma as black men have.
Maybe. Whatever it is. Hey, I'm glad.
I don't know. I can't pretend like I know. I ain't never dated no white man. I do like a white man, but I've never had a white man. I told you my story why my white man, right?
No.
In elementary school.
Oh, wow.
I know. In elementary school, we was playing Super Friends. And
I think you did tell me about this.
My white classmate Heath, I was 5 years old, never forgot this. Heath is his name, Heath, like the candy bar.
Yeah.
And we were flying around. I was Superwoman, he was Superman. And I flew up to Heath and I said, Juju, Superman, will you be my boyfriend? And he said, no. And then he flew away from me.
That's cold.
And I've never been able to forget that moment. And ever since that day, I realized, or I put in my mind, that white men aren't attracted to me. Yeah. That and I had a dream about a white penis, and that kind of put me on.
You couldn't get the white husband effect, huh? Wow.
No, but I would turn a white man out. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll be interested to see you
Have
with a
him
white
so fly.
husband. Mm-hmm. What kind of white husband would you get?
He would be fly.
Like, who would your white husband
I'm attracted to a lot of white men. I'm attracted to Matthew McConaughey. I'm attracted to Adam Levine. I'm attracted to...
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm attracted to... everybody's attracted to this one.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I'm not attracted to Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, I'm just trying to figure it out.
But he's like a buff dude that all the ladies love. I don't know why I can't think of
John Cena?
No, not John Cena, but kind of, you're getting closer. You're getting warmer. Starts with a C. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I love Channing.
Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum. Yeah, I'm attracted to him.
Wow.
I find myself attracted to a lot of white guys with beards.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm attracted to...
Wow. Were you taking a call from Jessa? Let's go to Jessa on the Zoom.
Hey, Jessa.
Jessa?
Hi, Jessa.
Jessa, are we're getting a lot of calls tonight.
Jessa, yeah.
Jessa, are you there?
Oh, just
Yes. Sorry.
there she
hello.
is. Hi, Jessa.
Hi, Jessa.
Hi.
How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
I'm good. I'm in Reno.
Wow. We're getting a lot of calls tonight. Wow. Okay. What's your question?
Yeah, I started dating this guy about 7 months ago, and I just went to his childhood home for the first time, visited his family, but there's something sort of like strange, I guess, about the situation.
What do you say?
So a few months ago, probably 3 months into when we started dating, he started calling me Jack, like sort of just as a term of endearment.
Jessa to Jack?
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cute at first. Like, I don't know, I've never really gotten very many nicknames because my name's so short.
Right.
But I liked Jack. I mean, I don't know. It was sweet. It was whatever. It was kind of weird. I was like not super comfortable with like having a boyish sounding name.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I liked him a lot, and I think we're really compatible. But when I went to his family's house last week, I realized that I was talking to his mom, and she started showing me some photos of them from childhood, and his best childhood friend was also named Jack. And I don't know, it just seems like they're still pretty close to each other, which I hadn't really realized before. And I don't know if it means anything or I just don't really know how to take the situation.
His childhood friend's name is Jack?
Yes.
And his childhood friend is a guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's calling you Jack.
He's calling you Jack.
Yes. In bed pretty often.
He calls you Jack in bed?
Yeah.
Girl, run! Run! Run!
I don't know what to say on this.
Run!
We don't listen. Hold on.
Run!
We don't have much time because we're running up against the clock. I'm gonna have my producers get your number, and we're gonna have this conversation on another day.
Why are we having a conversation?
We're running up against
Jack,
the clock.
Run, Jack, run!
No, her name is Jess.
I know, but he calls her Jack.
I don't know.
All right, listen,
it's
we're
really
gonna,
a complicated situation, and I just don't really know how to read it anymore.
Well, listen, we're going to get your number. We're going to call you back. More of Late Night Love when we come forward, okay?
Right.
All right. Thank you so much.
We got it.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
Shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
To Late Night Love, I'm Don Amici with the incomparable Tammi Mag.
I want to know, you talked about in the show that you used to drop kids off at school. So
Yeah.
you had a girlfriend and she had kids and you used to wake up in the morning and take the kids to school?
Yeah.
How long were y'all together?
We were together for maybe a couple of years, a couple of years. And then sometimes she was in the hospital. And so I would kind of watch her kids while she was in the hospital. And then sometimes she was a little under the weather. And so, kids got to go to school.
Right.
And so I take the kids to school, pick them up from school. I'll be on the 405, in the station wagon. Nah, that wasn't the station wagon. But I'd take them to school, drop them off, because one of them went to school in Van Nuys, and then the other one went to kind of a special kid for special kids.
I'm more interested in how you pick a woman who is sickly and has kids that you have to care for.
You don't know these things going in, Tammy. You assume like you see a lot of these flags going in. You don't know them.
Well, you're the one that's like, you got to ask all these questions in the beginning of the relationship. How did you miss that?
I don't know. I don't know how I miss these things, but they developed over time. And as over time you start seeing these things, you're like, oh. And so you start trying to figure out, what do you do? And you
left the sickly woman? Y'all broke up?
Well, these, number one, aren't my kids, number one.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
Number two, I can't get stuck in a situation with someone else's problems that they're not fixing. And if I communicate to you effectively that you're doing things that are being detrimental to our relationship and you don't want to fix them, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
At some point, I got to leave you with love. Even though I love you.
With love. That's good. That's good. That's a good one. Leave you with love. That's how I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave you today with love.
I'm going to leave you.
Late night love.
All right. The Listening Lounge is coming up next. I am Don Amici. This is Tammi Mag. We are here Monday through Friday between 9 and 11 Pacific Standard Time. You guys be safe. Bye.
Leaving you with love. Late night love.
Bye.
Welcome to Fox Soul's The Listening Lounge, where you come to find your favorite new audiobooks that will leave you inspired and wanting more. I'm your host, Derica Abraham. This week, we are showcasing Oludare Adeo's Self-Care for Black Women, where she details 150 self-care exercises designed